Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly, a 29-year-old marketing executive at Parker and Brooks. My life seemed perfect on paper, a great job, a handsome husband, and a sleek downtown condo. But appearances can be deceiving. Let me tell you how my dream life spiraled into a nightmare. Don't worry though, I got my revenge in the end. It started the day James handed me my prenatal vitamins, his eyes twinkling. "Have you told your mother about the baby yet?" he asked casually. "Yes," I replied, smiling. She cried happy tears for an hour on FaceTime. She's already planning to fly in from Oregon next month. Well, James said, slipping into his usual tone of superiority, "My mother will want to throw you a proper society baby shower." The Bennett name carries certain expectations. I tried not to roll my eyes. After 2 years of marriage, I was used to hearing about the almighty Bennett legacy. James was thriving at his law firm, and yes, we lived a charmed life. But his family? That was another story entirely. Speaking of his family, Diana Bennett, my mother-in-law, had left 3 voicemails about Sunday dinner. "Did she pick somewhere nice this time?" I asked. "Oh, you know Diana," James said, grinning. "Only the most expensive restaurant in town." She also mentioned discussing proper prenatal care. Again. My best friend Linda had already warned me over lunch that day. "Your mother-in-law is way too involved," she said, biting into her salad. "Yesterday, she called our office asking about your work schedule." Classic Diana. Since announcing my pregnancy, she'd been dropping by unannounced, always with that polished channel smile and a backhanded comment about my humble roots. "Darling," she cooed, perching on my desk, "I'm just concerned. In our circles, most women focus on family after marriage, especially with a baby on the way. James needs a proper home life." Her daughter, Emma, my snide sister-in-law, was no better. "Must be nice having a career to fall back on," she'd sneered at last week's family dinner. "Some of us were raised to prioritize family." And then there was Robert, my father-in-law. The man built half the luxury condos in the city, but couldn't muster the courage to stand up to his wife. He just sat there at family gatherings, hiding behind his whiskey glass, silent as ever. "Kelly, sweetie," Diana said during dinner one evening, "I've been thinking about your situation. Perhaps it's time to consider a more suitable neighborhood. The Bennett hair can't be raised in that starter home of yours." "Mom, we love our place," James protested weakly. "Of course you do, darling," Diana replied smoothly. "But Kelly's background might not have exposed her to the proper social requirements. I'm only trying to help." I squeezed my water glass, forcing a smile. 2 years of these subtle jabs were wearing me down. Just yesterday, Diana had accidentally forwarded me an email chain discussing how new money families don't understand old money traditions. "The baby shower will be at the country club," Diana announced later that evening. "I've already started the guest list minus 300 of our closest friends." Linda caught my eye across the table, her look saying "I told you so." The interference was getting worse, and I had a sinking feeling this was only the beginning. But the final straw came at James's birthday party. "It's just a few dishes, Kelly," Diana said in her sugary sweet tone, gesturing toward a mountain of dirty plates. "The doctor did say you need more exercise during pregnancy." "I've been following my doctor's exercise plan," I replied evenly, my patience hanging by a thread. Now," Diana said, waving off my protest. "Don't be difficult. The help called in sick, and someone needs to maintain our standards. You understand, coming from your background." 5 months pregnant, I stood at the industrial sink in the Bennett's mansion, scrubbing 40 guests' worth of fine china, my back aching. James appeared in the doorway, champagne glass in hand. "Mom, maybe we should just leave the dishes for tomorrow," he said half-heartedly. "James, darling," Kelly offered to help. "Didn't you, dear?" Diana said, her smile razor-sharp. I hadn't, but James just shrugged. "That's just how Mom is, babe. Don't make a fuss." I glanced out the kitchen window. I could see Emma smirking from across the room, phone raised. Later, Linda texted me. "OMG, have you seen what your SIL posted?" I opened the link, my stomach sinking. Emma had recorded me scrubbing dishes and captioned it, "Cinderella's Midnight Workout." The likes and laughing emojis poured in. The next day, Linda dropped another bomb. "You need to hear this," she said, pulling me aside. "I overheard Diana at the country club yesterday. She was telling everyone you trapped James with the pregnancy for his money." My hands trembled as I pulled up my emails. There it was, an email accidentally forwarded to me. It was meant for James. Darling, I've spoken with our family lawyer. Given Kelly's common background, it's crucial to protect our assets. The house must be in your name only. And about her job. A Bennett wife's priority should be family. That night at dinner, Diana wasn't subtle. Kelly, the ladies at the club are concerned, she said, her tone dripping with Fox concern. A working mother in our circle, what will people think? I love my job, Diana, I replied, struggling to keep calm. Love doesn't maintain social standing, dear. James needs a wife who understands her role. I don't see how my job. Perhaps if you'd been raised with proper values, you'd understand. Diana interrupted smoothly. James, explain to your wife about our family's expectations. James stared at his plate, then mumbled. Mom's right about appearances, Kelly. Before I could respond, Linda, invited under the guise of family bonding, spoke up. Kelly's one of our top executives. Our clients adore her. How quaint, Diana said with a tight smile. But surely a woman in her condition should focus on more important things. My blood pressure, already flagged as elevated at my last checkup, spiked. I felt a sharp pang in my abdomen as Diana continued. Speaking of your condition, she said, her voice dropping conspiratorially. The club's board members' wives are quite concerned about certain rumors. What rumors? I asked, my voice trembling. Well, darling, people do talk about sudden pregnancies and hasty marriages. Not that I encourage gossip, of course. I gripped the table's edge to steady myself. Across the room, Emma smirked, no doubt recording my humiliation for her next post. James, I whispered, pleading, please. But he only poured another drink, avoiding my gaze. Mom's just looking out for our family name, Kelly. Try to understand. The room spun slightly, and I knew this wasn't just about their petty jabs anymore. This was about survival. Later, over coffee with Linda, I laid it all out. Every word, every email, every post, I'm saving it all. I said, scrolling through my phone. Look what Emma posted last night. Linda leaned in, her face twisting with disgust as she read Emma's latest caption. When your gold-digging SIL thinks she can handle the Bennett lifestyle. 200 likes, she muttered. Screenshot it. Already done, I said. And you won't believe what I found while helping Diana with her charity gala paperwork. I pulled up photos on my phone. Fake donation receipts. Hundreds of them. Linda's eyes widened. Girl, look at these emails I got from accounting. Diana's been calling HR Weekly, hinting you're unfit for your position. Before I could respond, my phone buzzed with a message from Catherine, Diana's former daughter-in-law. Meet me at Riverside Cafe. There's so much you need to know. Catherine looked drained when I arrived, but her resolve was clear. They destroyed me, Kelly, she said, sliding a USB drive across the table. Diana forced me out after she found out I couldn't have children, but I've been watching. Documenting. Check the property records. Diana's been using Robert's construction company to flip properties illegally. And those sweet elderly clients she brags about helping, she manipulates them into selling below market value. That night, I tested the waters with James. James, those investments your mom suggested, they seem risky, I said casually. Mom knows what she's doing, he replied, not looking up. I've already transferred our savings. Oh, and I removed you from our joint account. Mom thinks it's safer that way. I smiled tightly, thinking of my secret meeting with Jessica Torres, the ruthless lawyer Linda had recommended. Whatever you think is best, honey. The next day, Diana cornered me in her kitchen. A little bird told me you've been asking questions about our business dealings, she said, her tone icy. Just trying to learn about the family, I replied, my phone recording in my pocket. Let me make this clear, Diana hissed. You're here to provide in here and maintain our social standing. Know your place, or things could get difficult. Click. Another recording saved. By the end of the week, Linda and I had organized everything on encrypted drives. Screenshots of Emma's social media harassment, Diana's fake charity records, property flip documentation, recordings of threats, medical records, HR complaints, and bank statements showing James draining our accounts. The lawyer said this is bigger than family court, I told Linda, my voice low but steady. We're talking tax fraud, elder abuse, illegal property schemes. Kelly, James called the office earlier, Linda warned. He's asking about financial reports. They're getting suspicious. Let them, I replied, resolute. I've got copies of everything. Catherine's been helping me track down more of Diana's elderly victims. 3 have already given statements. My phone lit up with another email from Diana. Darling, I've taken the liberty of declining your promotion for you. A Bennett wife doesn't need career advancement. I saved the email to my ever-growing file. One more piece for the case. How's the nursery planning going? James asked that night, oblivious as ever. Perfect, I said with a smile, thinking of the separate bank account Jessica helped me set up and the airtight legal case I was building. Everything was falling right into place. Breaking news. Bennett real estate empire under federal investigation. I read the headline while cradling my newborn daughter, Lily, in the hospital. The anonymous tips had worked. Diana's license had been suspended, pending a federal investigation into elder exploitation. Linda burst into the room, squealing. And you won't believe what happened to Emma. The video of her mocking you went viral at her office. HR fired her for workplace bullying. Her termination letter is making the rounds. The hits kept coming. Diana screeched through the phone a week later. How dare you keep my granddaughter from me? Like you kept those elderly clients' money from them? I shot back calmly. The real estate board seems very interested in that. Jessica, my lawyer, called shortly after. The IRS found the fake charitable donations. They're auditing everything. Robert's construction company is under investigation for illegal property flips, and James's law firm. They're cutting ties. Can't risk the association. Kelly, please, James begged during our divorce proceedings. My career is ruined. I'm moving to a smaller firm. We can work this out. Like you worked out emptying our joint account? I replied. The judge was particularly interested in those records. The settlement was better than I'd hoped. Full custody of Lily, substantial child support, and the downtown condo. The Bennett's financial fraud had made them desperate to settle quietly. 5 years flew by. Lily was now a happy kindergartner, her laughter filling the spaces once weighed down by Bennett drama. I had climbed the ladder to executive vice president, thriving in my career. Did you see this? Linda asked one afternoon, showing me her phone. Diana's company had filed for bankruptcy, buried under 3 class action lawsuits from former clients. Emma's corporate career was in tatters. She was now folding sweaters at a retail job in the mall. Robert had lost his construction company to federal investigators, and James? He was barely scraping by at a strip mall law firm. James tried one last time during a custody exchange. Just meet with them, he pleaded. Mom's sorry, we all are. I bent down to help Lily with her coat. Save it. Lily, say goodbye to Daddy, I said, ignoring James. We've got dance class to get to. Diana attempted to reach out through mutual friends. Her messages were all the same. The past is the past. We're family. I deleted them without a second thought. The woman who made me wash dishes while pregnant tried to destroy my career and spread vicious rumors wasn't family. She was just another toxic person who learned the hard way that karma comes for everyone. Mommy, can we get ice cream? Lily asked, her ballet slippers swinging from her backpack. Of course, baby, I said, smiling. Let's celebrate. Mommy just landed another big account. As we walked hand in hand, I thought of Diana's foreclosed mansion, Emma's retail uniform, and James's damaged reputation. I hadn't just survived their cruelty, I thrived. No dramatic confrontations, no messy scenes. Just careful documentation and letting their own actions catch up to them.